The Amazing Spider-Man, issue 28. Cloaked in darkness, Spidey faces the mystifying menace of the Molten Man. Also in this landmark issue, you won't want to miss Peter Parker's graduation. The menace of the Molten Man. Marvel marches on to another new adventure triumph. On his way to school this morning, Peter Parker is hailed by no less a personage than the principal himself. Thus, our story begins with the savage impact of a falling feather. Just a moment, Parker. I'd like a word with you. Uh-oh. I had a hunch he wouldn't forget about that little fight I had with Flash and his stooges the other day. I just wanted to tell you that Flash Thompson explained that you were not at fault during that fight the other day. So we'll forget the entire matter, son. Wow, old Flash is the best enemy a guy ever had. Thank you, sir. I appreciate your telling me. There's Liz Hilton. I'll bet she had something to do with Flash getting me off the hook. Liz, hold on a minute. It's Peter. I wanted to thank you for standing up for me last week. Liz, is something wrong? No, nothing at all. Then why the cold shoulder? I can feel the chill clear across the hall. I'm sorry, Peter. I haven't time to talk now. Peter? She never called me that before. It's always been Petey. I wonder what's bugging her. And just before graduation, too. What's the matter, useless? Can't you tell when a chick writes you off? You've had it, Parker. Well, since when did you become the dear Abby of Midtown High? Oop, I almost forgot. I owe Fearless Flash a vote of thanks. By the way, Big Mouth, I appreciate you squaring things with the Principal Davis for me. Forget it. I didn't do it for you. Flash Thompson doesn't let any meatball take the rap for him. As far as I'm concerned, the sooner they bounce you out of here, the better. And if you don't stay away from Liz, I might do the bouncing myself. Now I see why you're so popular, Flash. It's because of your gentle nature and sunny disposition. That poor knucklehead doesn't know if he's being praised or panned. A few hours later, because it's so close to graduation, the senior class can leave early to give you time to attend to your gowns, caps, and other odds and ends. Not to mention a certain Spider Man costume which I've got to get back by hook or crook. Say, Liz, before you head for home, how's about having a soda with me? Not now, not tomorrow, not ever. Do I make myself clear? So I'm not the only one she's mad at. There's something bothering Liz, but I can't worry about it now. This is my chance to try the little plan I've been hatching. Later, at the home of Spencer Smythe, inventor extraordinary, whom he met in Spider Man 25, remember? Although I won the battle with Smythe's robot, I left my caution behind. But if I play my cards right, I should be able to get it back now. Hope he's in. Hello, Mr. Smythe, remember me? Of course, you're Peter Parker, the one who talked Jameson into using my robot to try to capture Spider Man. What can I do for you? The last time you used the robot, Spider Man managed to win. I was wondering if you've made any improvements on it since then. No, I haven't had time. Since repairing it, I've been busy with a new project. Come in, Parker. You can look at the robot if you like while I continue what I was working on. Good, just what I wanted. As you know, the robot was created to relentlessly follow and capture Spider Man, being attracted by anything that has to do with spiders. What on earth? Why would it lunge at you? Oh, I was afraid this might happen. My robot would never act that way unless it sensed something spidery nearby. Can it be that you. Forget it, mister. It's the package I'm holding. Shut off the machine and I'll show you. Very well, Parker, but don't try any tricks. I can press this button again faster than you can make a move. I hate to disappoint you, but you've been reading too many science fiction stories. Wait till I unwrap this thing. Here, it's just a jar of spiders. I thought they might help you with your research. Whew, glad I thought of bringing them. Of course, that's why my robot lashed out. I should have known a teenager like you couldn't be the mysterious Spider Man. Speaking of Spider Man, I understand that you have his costume. Could I have a look at it? It might make a good photo for a feature for the Daily Bugle. Help yourself, Parker. It's over there. I haven't had time to examine it yet. The doorbell. That must be my assistant. And about time, too. He's a half hour late. I'll get out of your way in a minute. All I want is one look at this costume. So far, so good. I'll just switch my shrunken store bought costume for my old one. After all, it does belong to me. And that's that. Now I'll just, hey, what's going on? But you can't walk out on me now. I supplied all the money, all the equipment. The whole idea was mine. So what? We worked on it together, didn't we? I'm taking my share and selling it to the highest bidder. And you can't stop me. I never did trust you, Raxton, but this time you've gone too far. I won't let you do it. Look, Smythe, the liquid metal alloy is worth a fortune, and I'm not waiting any longer to get my share. Now get out of my way. But it's still untested. What if something should go wrong? Don't you understand? Sure, I understand. While you stay here and test it, I'll be living off the fat of the land with my share. I said, get out of my way. That'll show you I'm not kidding. If you want more, just ask for it. I better help Smythe stop him. I should be able to do it without giving away my spider power. After all, he's just an ordinary guy. I won't let you do it. It belongs to me. You're not robbing me of my work, you crook. You won't get away with this. Hold him, Mr. Smythe. I'll help you. Oh, no, just watch me. But at that split second, oh no, when he bumped into the control panel, he must have activated the robot again. It's grabbing me, and I've got no bottle of spiders as an alien this time. When you wake up, Smythe, you can start making some more liquid metal alloy, because you'll never see this batch of it again. Ah, blast it. The weight of the glass jar is throwing me off balance. I'm falling. The jar struck the wall. It broke. The liquid is all spilling out. This means we both lose. It was the only batch we produced. We'll have to start all over again. But then, the sight which greets Peter Parker's startled eyes is so incredible, the teenager momentarily forgets his own predicament. The alloy covered Raxton from head to foot. But now what's happening? The metal alloy has been absorbed by my skin. This is horrible. What have I done to myself? So shocked is the man called Raxton that he fails to notice Peter Parker as he walks past him. His dazed mind only centered on his own strange plight. I feel as though the alloy is sinking right into my bloodstream. Smythe said it was still untested. How will it affect me? I've got to forget Raxton and find a way to free myself before Smythe recovers. This time he'll be sure to guess who I really am. I have to leave. I'll get I'll get to a doctor or a hospital if there's still time. I know my spider strength can't free me from these specially made steel bands because I've tried it before. So it's all up to my little web shooter now. Man, am I glad I've spent hours practicing my marksmanship with this thing. I did it. I shut off the power. And just in the nick of time, Smythe is coming too. Raxton! I've got to stop Raxton. Looks like you're too late, Mr. Smythe. He knocked you out and made his escape before I could stop him. But he didn't get away with the alloy, not in its glass jar anyway. It spilled all over him. Oh no, all my months of work down the drain. You're still groggy from that blow. Give me Raxton's address and I'll contact the police and tell them where to find him. Sure, I'll give you his address, but what difference does it make? The alloy is all gone now. All that work, all those long, weary hours, wasted. Meanwhile, a few blocks away, strange, I don't feel any pain. The alloy doesn't seem to be hurting me. Hey, move it, Mac, you're blocking traffic. You dumb looking creep. Don't you know better than do you stand to, to do your daydreaming in the middle of the road? What do you think you're calling a creep? And almost without conscious thought, the molten skinned man lashes out in rage, striking at the object nearest him. Nobody talks to me like that. Then, slowly, staggeringly, the awesome realization dawns. I buckled this steel hood with my bare hands. The metal alloy. It's given me some form of super strength. Even though my fingers are still flexible, they have the power of solid metal. I can use them like weapons without feeling any pain. Ha ha! That frightened fool leaped out of his car and ran off. Let him go. Let them all go. They can't harm me. I've become an actual molten man. I can do anything, take anything. I've been given power, power beyond my wildest dreams. Everybody, out of my way. From now on, you'll run when you see me coming. No one can stand up to the molten man. But a few blocks away, a colorful figure effortlessly swings overhead, supremely confident in his dramatic original costume. Now that Smythe told me where Raxton lives, I'll head for his apartment and see if he's reached there yet. Wow, what happened down there? I heard the crowd mention a man with molten skin. Can Raxton have done that? Seconds later, the eyewitnesses claim some guy with molten skin plowed through the street like a Sherman tank. Brother, how do we report a thing like that to the precinct? And in a nearby alley. Too many cops around. I'll stay out of sight till I make some plans. That hat will help me to escape being noticed. If I keep in the shadows, I should be able to make it home without any trouble. I made it. Now I'm really safe. Safe to make my plans, to figure out a way to cash in on my newfound power. It was a one in a million accident that gave me this chance, and I'm not going to blow it. I'm not going to do anything to blow the bit. I've got to dream up a really big crime, one that's worth all my power. But first, I'll find a hideout before Smythe sends the police here. Hold it, Roxton. You're not going anywhere. Spider Man, what are you doing here? Oh, just hanging around. Look, suppose you save us both a lot of trouble by giving yourself up. There aren't any real serious charges against you, but there may be if you keep running around town wrecking things. You fool! You don't suspect my strength. Even you can't stop me. I've got the power of molten metal. You should have told me sooner. I'd have baked a cake. I hope I can stay out of his way. I don't want to go to graduation with bruises on my face. Say, he's not kidding with that punch of his. Look, Roxton, smashing up the place isn't going to do any good. Suppose we talk this over. Ha! I knew it. You're scared. You're trying to get out of it. Me? Scared? Say that again, and the Superheroes Union will picket you around the clock. Now, let's you and me take a little walk to the nearest police station. Get your hand off me. You're not dealing with some cheap penny ante crook now. When I get a hold of you, I'll. I know. They all make the same corny speech. Hey, I don't like the looks of this. I couldn't budge him. He stood his ground and shook me off without half trying. Then, before the amazing teenager can recover himself, yow, he's got a punch like a sledgehammer. Ha ha! I knew I'd land one on you sooner or later. So, you were going to skip down to the police station with me, huh? Still think it'll be that easy, wise guy? Don't let a couple of lucky punches go to your head, Roxton. You're not exactly fighting a maypole dancer. You're trying to sound flippant, but I know you felt those punches. I'll admit, I wouldn't want a steady diet of them, but now let's see how you can take it. I hope your Blue Cross is all paid up, Roxton, because I'm through kidding around with you. You should be flattered, fella. I usually save this punch for celebrity type villains. Hey, what gives? He's still standing. Now, you conceited, swell headed, loudmouthed fool, perhaps you realize you've finally bitten off more than you could chew. He's not just chomping his gums. I better use my webbing. So you're forced to resort to your artificial spider web, eh? Well, this is what I think of your webbing, and of you. It wouldn't stick to his slick, molten skin. Now what do I do? Since you're in costume, I'll create a similar effect. There. From now on, everyone will recognize the Molten Man. I fight like this, and I need it like a hole in the head. You can't hurt me with your fists or ensnare me with your web. So, what do you try next, masked man? Search me. Maybe we could have a tiddlywink contest. Very funny. So, why aren't you laughing? Must you be such an eager beaver? Even Doc Ock used to stop to catch his breath now and then. When I'm through with you, you'll wish you were fighting one of your old time pushover enemies. Now, wait a minute. I feel real sentimental about my old sparring partners. So let's hear you speak a little more respectfully about them. I knew it. You're nothing but a full time nut. And what's even worse, your punches are getting weaker and weaker. He's wrong. I'm swinging as hard as ever, but he's telling the truth. I'm just not hurting him. It's no picnic being hit by a molten fist, is it? Especially if you're kicked by a molten toe at the same time. A great Spider-Man. Ha! What a laugh. Seconds later, the two combatants find themselves still trading blows above the cellar stairs, and then I'll finish you off down here where nobody will see it. After all, I wouldn't want to embarrass a famous crime fighter like you. That's one thing I've got to say about you, Roxton. You're all heart. If I were you, Spider Man, I wouldn't waste my breath on those corny remarks. He'll be needing it soon. He isn't even scratched. How am I going to stop him? No sense wasting my strength punching him. I'll just use my spider speed to dodge his blows. All I have to do is connect once more, and you've had it, mister. He'll never connect while I have my speed. That light bulb gives me an idea. A penny saved is a penny earned, so let's not waste electricity. And now, Raxton, let's see how well you fight in the dark. I can't see. Is that so? What a pity. Too bad you don't have a swinging spider sense to guide you. Now I'm really in my element. First thing I'll do is make a rope of extra thick webbing. And then I'll tippy toe up behind Raxton just as quiet as a little mousie. And now, grabbing his feet with my deft, dexterous, dazzling digits, I'll hog tie him easy as pie. You shouldn't have reached over here to grab me. I had this little loop all waiting for you. There. No matter how slippery your skin is, if I pull these knots tight enough, you've had it, chum. I suppose you think I'm helpless now, huh? Heavens, no. You can still flutter your eyelids. Now give your tonsils a rest while I drag you out of here. He is slippery. While I was hauling him up the steps, he was loosening my webbing again. Hold it, golden boy. You're not wiggling out of that webbing a second time. There. Your helpful old Spider Man will make it all nice and snug again. Say, you want to do something about those calluses. Maybe the laundry detergent you've been using is too harsh. Ha! I thought you'd get here careless and overconfident. Now it's my turn. I'll keep slamming you around until you get that webbing off me. What's wrong with you? Haven't you enough sense to know when you're beaten? If I had any sense, would I be in a business like this? Okay, I guess I've waited long enough. Waited? For what? What are you talking about? You mean there's something you don't know? Well, I'll enlighten you, Roxton. I was just letting you toss me around while I waited for my webbing to harden. And now even you can't get loose. Footsteps. Sounds like someone's coming. You're not just gonna leave me here like this, are you? Don't worry, Roxy. You won't be lonely. They say the police are real good company. Minutes ago I was on top of the world, and now I don't get it. This is where Smythe said we'd find that guy who. Hey, look at that! Sorry, I don't have the time to stay and chat with them for a while. but I'm in a hurry. I wonder how many other fellows in my profession have to hurry home in time for their high school graduation. Thus, a short time later, at the happy, humble, mortgaged home of Peter Parker, Aunt May, aren't you ready yet? The graduation ceremony starts in a little while. You run along, Peter dear. I'll be going with Mrs. Watson in half an hour. I know you have to be there early in order to get all prepared for the big moment. Oh, Peter, your Uncle Ben would have been so proud of you. My little boy graduating with honors. Well, if your little boy doesn't get going, he's liable to miss the whole thing. Now, don't be late. You hear? To my own nephew's graduation? Oh, Peter. And then at Midtown High, the big moment finally arrives. You know, I automatically feel 200% smarter with this crazy pancake on my dome. I always said you had a flat head, Charlie, and now we know it. All right, students, it's time to assemble. Single file, please. Look, May, there he is. It's Peter. Oh, isn't he handsome? Let's wave to him, dear. There's Aunt May and Mrs. Watson. But Betty Brant isn't here. She must be more angry with me than I thought. We'll spare you the exact text of Principal Davis's speech because it's pretty much like every other high school graduation speech, except for this part. And now I'm proud to announce our two scholarship awards to Empire State University here in New York City. For proficiency in athletics, our winner is Flash Thompson. Hippie! And for achieving the highest scholastic average in our school's history, a science scholarship is awarded to Peter Parker. I did it. This means I can go to college free. Gosh, it's like a dream come true. Boy, the chicks will go ape over old Flash now. Our guest speaker is that great civic leader and journalist, Mr. J. Jonah Jameson, publisher of the Daily Bugle. Uh, they're making us get our diplomas the hard way. Unaccustomed as I am to public speaking, I shall nevertheless tell you about myself when I was young, to inspire you to reach my pinnacle of greatness. Someone give me an aspirin, I'm gonna be sick. You'll need more than one. He gets worse as he goes along. Is that a smile, or is he wearing a fright mask? Gosh, Liz is still down in the dumps. I've never seen her like that way before. I wonder what's wrong. Luckily, all things come to an end, even speeches by J. Jonah Jameson. And so, when the commencement is finally over, the only thing that would have made everything really perfect would have been if they had Spider Man make that speech instead of old Prune Face. Peter, dear, I just can't tell you how proud I am that you won that science scholarship. This means you'll be able to have the college education you've always dreamed of. I can't wait to dash home and tell my daughter, Mary Jane, about it. She'll be so thrilled. That's all I need. Another girl in my life to complicate things even more. And I'll never be able to repay you for all you've done to help me, Aunt May. Life hasn't always been easy, Peter, since your Uncle Ben died, but somehow this makes all the sacrifices seem so worthwhile. There's Parker. He sold some photos to a rival paper the other day. I've got to win him back to the Bugle again. Well, hello there. Peter, my boy, you're a credit to the Daily Bugle. I knew you'd justify the faith I always had in you. How did you all like my speech? You were in fine voice, Mr. Jameson. Oh, here's the nice man that Peter sells those news photos to. I'm his Aunt May. His aunt? I thought you were his sister. Yes, indeed. Now I see where Peter gets his charm and good looks from. Why, Mr. Jameson, please just call me JJJ. Excuse me a minute, folks. There's someone I have to see. Yeesh, Jonah is even more revolting when he tries to be nice. Hold on, Liz. We've known each other for years. I always thought you liked me. Why am I getting the big freeze now? Well, since we may not be seeing each other anymore, I suppose I can tell you now. My feeling for you is more like just liking Petey. I had a crush on you, but you always seemed to prefer other girls. Betty Brant, Mary Jane Watson. But please, let me finish. You always thought of me as just a dizzy blonde, and perhaps I am. But it's time for me to graduate out of that part of my life also. But Liz, listen, I want you to know my parents are waiting. I have to go now. Goodbye, Petey, and good luck. We're ready now, dear. I wish we could have spoken longer. Well, it's too late now. I'd better get out of this robe. Flash is certainly having a good time. It looks like I'll be stuck with him for another few years at Empire State U. I feel so good now, I don't even mind Puny Parker being in the same college as me. Jonah is still going strong. He sure must want my news photos real bad. Yes, the newspaper business is always exciting. Once I was even accused of being the Green Goblin. Oh, dear, what the ridiculous is accusing my nephew Peter of being Spider Man. Well, I have to be running along now. Running a newspaper is a very big job, you know. Why, you're such an important man. Ah, yes, indeed I am. Now, you be sure to drop around the office, Peter, my boy. Don't be such a stranger. My old phony, he can't stand the sight of me, and we both know it. And remember, I still pay top rates for exclusive news photos. Sure, but only after I twist your arm and yell and scream and beg. What a great little kidder. Such a charming, sincere, warm hearted man. To know him must be to love him. Boy, when they have the next Academy Awards, Jonah can't miss getting himself an Oscar. I'll get my jacket and we can go. Then, as the sun begins to set and the crowd thins out, Peter Parker takes a last walk past the school, which houses so many memories. But, as with all of life, it isn't really an ending, but a beginning of a new chapter in the life of the world's most amazing teenager, and of those whom fate has tossed into his web of destiny. Next issue. Two familiar faces return from the past. One is the Scorpion, and the other you shall see when your eager eyes behold the wonderments that awaits you in Spider-Man 29. See you then. The end.